students, welcome to the third video of complex number. In previous video we had seen the conjugate of complex number, then we had also seen the equality of complex number, then we had discussed about the addition of two complex numbers and subtraction of two complex number, and also we had seen how to multiply two complex number. Now in this video we are going to see how to divide two complex numbers. So suppose there are two complex number z1 and z2, where z1 is 2 minus 3i and z2 is given as 4 minus 3i. Okay, now I am interested in finding z1 upon z2. So that means 2 minus 3i upon 4 minus, this is suppose 2i, 4 minus 2i. Okay, now to solve this, what we have to do, we have to take the conjugate of this z2, means conjugate of this 4 minus 2i, and conjugate of 4 minus 2i is 4 plus 2i, and I have to multiply numerator and denominator with 4 plus 2i. So this will be into 4 plus 2i upon 4 plus 2i. Okay, now this is equal to, now numerator will be 2 minus 3i into 4 plus 2i, and in denominator it is in the form of a minus b into a plus b, and we know that a minus b into a plus b, this is equal to a square minus b square. So that will be 4 square minus 2i square. So that is equal to, now this is equal to, now in numerator we have to do the multiplication. So we are going to apply the multiplication rule. First we take 2 and will multiply with the bracket. So 4 into 2, that is equal to 8. Then 2 into 2i, so plus 4i. Now I will take minus 3i and multiply with the bracket. So minus 12i, then minus 6i square upon, in denominator 4 square, so 16 minus, then 2i square means 4i square. Okay, so this will be, I am writing here, I am just rubbing the screen so that I can write here. Okay, so I rub this much only. So now we can solve the numerator, and in that we substitute I square as minus 1. Okay, so numerator will be 8 minus 4i, 8 plus 4i minus 12i, so minus 8i. Okay, then minus 6, now I square is minus 1 upon, denominator will be 16 minus 4. In denominator also there is a I square, and this I square is minus 1. Okay, now I am rubbing this part so I can solve the sum. Okay, since the sum is quite lengthy, so I need the screen to clean. Okay, now see, that is equal to 8 minus 8i, then minus minus will be plus 6 upon 16 plus 4. So that is equal to 8 plus 16, so 14 minus 8i upon 20. So this can be written as 14 upon 20 minus 8 upon 20i. Okay, so that is equal to 7 upon 10 minus 4 upon 10 means 2 upon 5i. So this is nothing but in the form of a plus bi, where a is 7 upon 10 and b is minus 2 upon 5. Okay, so conclusion is division of two complex number results in again a complex number only. Okay, that is the concluding part. Then here is the Argand's diagram. This is what we can represent a complex number in trigonometric form. Okay, and how will be that? So as you can see in this diagram, this is known as the Argand diagram. So this is the point P with coordinate A and B, where A complex number is what? Z can be written as A plus BI, right? So by taking this A and B, we can plot this P, okay? Then we draw this line. This line means from origin to this P. Now this angle is a theta and this is nothing but the radius, okay? This point, this length is B, this is the perpendicular length, and this angle is a theta, okay? This much part is A, okay? Now this diagram is known as this is the real axis, this is the imaginary axis, and this is the point, and this diagram is known as a Argand diagram. Okay, so from this we can say that this R, right, this R square is equal to A square plus B square, right? By Pythagoras theorem we can say that this R square is equal to A square plus B square, because this angle is a 90-degree angle. So in right angle triangle, this is R square, and that is equal to A square plus B square. So that means R is equal to under root of A square plus B square, and this R, that means radius, this R in complex number known as a this R in complex number known as a modulus of a complex number. Okay, so modulus of a complex number denoted by mod of Z, and mod of Z means R, and this R is equal to root of A square plus B square. Okay, so if Z is equal to 2 plus 3i, then mod of Z means that is equal to root of 2 square plus 3 square. Okay, mod of Z will be root of A square plus B square. So root of 2 square plus 3 square. So root of 4 plus 9. So mod of Z is equal to root of 13. Okay, so this root of 13 is known as a modulus. This is the modulus of complex number. Okay, so after this modulus, next is argument or amplitude of a complex number. Now argument or amplitude of a complex number means we are talking about this angle. As you can see in Argand diagram, this angle is a theta, right? Now how to find this angle? So we know that tan theta is equal to, this is a 90-degree, right? So tan theta will be opposite upon adjacent, right? So tan theta will be B upon A. Okay, so theta is equal to tan inverse B upon A. We need only positive term, so that's why I am using here modulus sign. So theta is equal to tan inverse B upon A, and this theta, this angle is known as a argument or amplitude of a complex number. But we can't directly find this tan theta. Why? Because from the quadrant we get a different value. Okay, so there are 4 cases. In case 1, this A and B, okay, A and B both are positive. If both are positive, if a and b both are positive numbers, then this point P lies in first quadrant. So in first quadrant, first we find this alpha. Okay, let us find the alpha. Suppose this angle is a alpha. So alpha is what? Alpha is a tan inverse B upon A. Okay, then we have to find the theta, and theta is what? Theta is a slope of this line, and slope of this line is same as alpha. So in first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha. Now in second quadrant means A is negative and B is positive. So when we have A negative and B positive, then point lies in second quadrant. In second quadrant, first we have to find alpha. So alpha will be tan inverse again B upon minus A. So that is again B upon A only. Okay, now after finding alpha, I am interested in theta. My argument or amplitude is theta, not alpha. Theta is what? Theta is the slope of this line. This part is theta. Okay, and this angle is a alpha. So I am interested in, see, this part is theta. Okay, this part is theta and this much angle is a alpha. So now theta will be 180 minus alpha. Okay, so this can be written as pi minus alpha. Okay, so in second quadrant, theta is pi minus alpha, while in first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha. Now let's see the third case. Third case, when both are negative, A and B both are negative, then this point will be in third quadrant. So in third quadrant again, alpha is equal to tan inverse B upon A. Okay, now here alpha is this much angle is alpha, and theta is this whole term. Okay, I am interested in theta. So theta will be pi plus alpha, or 180 plus alpha. Okay, so here theta is 180 plus alpha. Then next case, fourth case is when A is positive but B is negative. So if A is positive and B is negative, then angle will be in fourth quadrant, right? Point will be in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, alpha is equal to same tan inverse B upon A. Okay, but theta, that is equal to, say, this much angle is alpha, and from here to here this much part is theta. So theta will be 2 pi minus alpha. Okay, or we can also say that theta is equal to minus alpha. Okay, so either we can use this 360 minus alpha, okay, or we can use theta as minus alpha. Okay, so argument means theta, argument means not alpha, but to find the argument, first we have to find the alpha value. Okay, then different ways of representing a complex number. So there are three ways of representing a complex number. First is Cartesian form, means a plus bi or x plus iy, where x and y are x coordinate and y coordinate. Then polar form means r into cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is a modulus of complex number and theta is a argument of complex number. Then exponential form means r into e raised to I theta. Here again r is a modulus of a complex number and theta is a argument of complex number. Okay, so these are the three forms of representing a complex number: Cartesian form, polar form, exponential form. Okay. So with this, I'm concluding this video. So thank you, students.